The following is a production of the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Hi folks, as we continue on with our previews of the fall season, Brian Rushing here with you with www.abbeyathletics.com. Your place for stats, standing stories, and more when it comes to all things Crusaders. Here today with me, I have head coach of the women's soccer program, Mike Lynch. Coach, let's go ahead and dive right in. Last year, you look at the bigger picture, it was a very successful season, and in a lot of ways, a dominant season for your club. Definitely didn't end the way you had anticipated it to. Certainly, I would imagine there's still some kids that are stinging in your program from last year's result. Taking a look at this year, you've had a lot of players graduate, a lot of talented kids, probably one of the most successful cluster of players to come through in recent years, but the cupboard's not bare by any stretch of the imagination. You've got a lot returning for this season. Kind of give me your thoughts initially on what the sting of last year felt like, and moving forward to what some of your kids are going to expect for this year coming up.
Yeah, you mentioned the players having some sting, and I think some of them are they still remember that game very close to their heart. I feel the sting still. I take responsibility for that Masters. It's one of those things that always looking back, if I could have done some things differently, and I know I could have done some things differently. I think it could have led to a different result. However, I really we've kind of I want to say evolved into kind of three things that came out of last year. First one was, it definitely was a season for the record books, a season for the memory books. This was one of the most dominating teams I've ever coached at the Abbey. It could maybe the most dominating team the Abbey's ever had. We almost scored 3 goals, 2.94 goals per game. We gave up only 0.3 goals against us. Less than 1 goal against, more than 2 goals for. And it was just a team that was so dynamic and so fun to watch. And so that's the one piece. And after that loss, we got to remember it's the same team. It's the same team that had a great season, and let's not let one game define us. And so we did, and we certainly wanted to celebrate it. At the same time, we're competitors, and oh my gosh, I've watched that game film. I can't tell you how many times. And so we never wish adversity. This is one of the things we talk about in our program. We never wish adversity on people, but we will embrace it. And how do we make lemonade out of lemons? And so again, I think that's what the girls did. The girls came in, they worked unbelievably hard last spring. They were very focused. We had a very, very productive spring, like as you mentioned. We never look at our team as rebuilding. We just look at it as reloading. And so part of that reload is our returning players, who many of which return in almost a starting role. So we had 7 starters, but we were rotating a lot of players, and there were players who played as much as those starters did. And at the same time, in the central midfield, where we had very, very strong senior players who had been there for 4 years, and so players who kind of been waiting their time, we saw some great things out of them in the spring games, and so that gave us good confidence. And then you add on that we had an excellent recruiting year, and we're really excited about this class. Of course, we don't know anything until they actually start playing in college games. Sure. But from what we've seen in their club ball and their high school ball, these are players that hopefully will be able to contribute and help us out right out of the gate.
When it comes to the upcoming season, folks that know anything about Division II soccer certainly know anything about Conference Carolina soccer. They know that Belmont Abbey is going to be a major player when it comes to looking at the Conference Carolinas table. When someone comes to Alumni Field to catch a Belmont Abbey College game, what are they going to see as far as style of play, and who are some of the names this year that they need to be especially mindful of as some of the stars, if you will, some of the players that are going to really make the biggest impact for your club?
Conference Carolinas, we've had a lot of success in Conference Carolinas, and so it's a bar that we constantly are shooting for. Like as Coach Keating had mentioned, he wants to finish in the top 4, so you're hosting that first game, and that's absolutely our first and primary goal. We want to be in the top 4 in the conference, so that we have home field advantage going into the conference tournament. If not, we will then scrape, claw, whatever, to field or at least win away. And so, in the the traditional powers, I think we've met Pfeiffer in 5 or 6 of the last 7 or 8, 9 finals, and so we've got one more season with Pfeiffer and Conference Carolinas. They're always going to be a great team. Converse, remember they won the conference regular season championship 2 years ago. That program continues to be strong. Of course, Limestone, we met in the final. Limestone continues to be strong. King, is a team that in the last 3 years has been giving everybody fits, and they've beaten us. They've beaten us several times, and so there isn't anybody in Conference Carolinas that you can just look past, and which is I think is what's making it our conference stronger, which is helping all of us, because now we're fighting to compete in the conference, which is making us even more competitive against South Atlantic and Peach Belt, which is why our conference is doing really well against those teams. And so I think the players that you're going to see, of course, we have 3 returning all-conference players. Sierra Steyer's up top. She's coming off another great year, and so again, we're hopefully again that she continues to have the form that she's had in the past. We have our 2 all-conference center backs, Rebecca and Rachel Catino. They both return. Again, we talked about those outside backs who are playing behind starting seniors, but we're also getting almost half of the half, Brooke Hetchbeth and Emily Lipinski, and we've got other players who are also vying for that, who are in that different thing. And so, again, it's hard. Goalkeeping. We've got goalkeeping is going to be a challenge with. Megan Bowen had a shutout record year last year, senior Megan Bowen, and so right now we've got two freshmen coming in. We have our returning player, Kat Andrews, returning senior, and Kat looked fantastic in the spring, and yet we've got 2 outstanding goalkeepers and freshmen who are going to be fighting for that position as well. So we'll have to sort that out. The biggest question mark is going to be midfield, and really the attacking midfield piece. Who else is up front? Again, here I am, Kate Hennessy, who's now a sophomore, who I can't remember the total number of goals she had last year, but she was scoring a ton with her scoring partner, Kuba.
Right.
So Kuba and Kate team, they were kind of a partnership last year, and so will they see each other in that role along side by side? So we've got a lot of great returning players, and we've got again these new freshmen, people that on paper have scored a gazillion goals. We have in our transfers, Chandler Airwood came off 2 very good seasons at Western Carolina, and so we're super excited to have Chandler joining our program. We think that she should be able to make an impact. Kat Casey, who was a standout player at Montreat, I think she's going to, will be competing to make an impact within our team.
Well, certainly our expectation around the campus is that this women's soccer program is going to play at a very high level, and certainly have absolutely no fall off from last year's team, because there were moments, Coach, that I was watching this team and it was poetry in motion, for lack of a better term. They were completely dominant in so many phases of the game, and it showed so many times out. And it was a pleasure to watch, and I know personally I anticipate seeing very much the same thing this year.
Thank you, Brian. We have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of things that we need to work out, but that's the goal. That's the goal. We want to again, not rebuild, but just reload and continue to improve the program.
Well, certainly, folks, you can continue to watch the reloading of the women's soccer program here on AbbeyAthletics.com. Coach, again, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Folks, don't forget, for stats, standing stories, and more, there's only one place in cyberspace when it comes to your Crusaders. That place, www.AbbeyAthletics.com. Coach Mike Lynch, this is Brian Rushing.